Good morning. This is Mayor Valensky with Driving Markets. I hope you're well. Okay, apologies for yesterday. I was in a workshop on FX, cryptos, and international markets, and therefore never got a chance to do Driving Markets. Let's just catch up. So all the markets have been stable since Friday. Yesterday they were up a little bit, and the Nasdaq went up around about 1%, and the S&P went up about 0.5%. What was interesting yesterday, if you look at a couple of things, and I want to focus on them in Driving Markets. Look at two asset classes. You've got Tesla and you've got cryptos, Bitcoin. So Tesla yesterday came out with a stock split request. Okay, so they're asking shareholders, can they do a stock split? Now, the last time they did a stock split was back in 2019, and they did a 5-for-1. In other words, you got 5 shares for every 1 share you were holding. As a result of that, everyone had an inflated stock asset holding, and the shares have gone up since then 119%. If you remember on Tesla, I did say around about 2-3 weeks ago, in the middle of the Russian-Ukraine war, that Tesla dropped to around about $710 a share. And I did say on Driving Markets at the time, look at Tesla, because Tesla is a very, very interesting one. I'm stuck in traffic, so it's not moving. So just be aware of that. Don't worry. So Tesla's jumped up from around about the 720 level, was about 3 weeks. Look at it now. It's $1,091 a share. Elon Musk is the most amazing CEO. I actually love him. He's dynamic, he's extrovert, he's extreme. He comes out with the most ridiculous statements. He's a bit like Donald Trump, but he's a likable individual. And he's probably driven Tesla to all-time highs. So if there is a stock split, what will likely happen is that obviously those shares initially will look cheaper after the stock split. However, what you're going to have is you're going to have a more accessible share price to the mass public. So the shares will probably go up again. Again, if you look at the actual earnings ratio of Tesla, it's super exaggerated. I mean, you're talking about huge numbers in terms of what they have to produce in order to equal their share price. However, because you've got someone like Elon Musk and you've got such a dynamic company, you've got Tesla, which is the market lead in terms of names of electric cars. I wouldn't say it's the best electric car, and I wouldn't say that it's going to be the best electric car, but it is a brand out there and it's a name. So it's something to watch. Keep an eye on it. But I'm very happy that when I did say it looked like a buy 3 weeks ago, it's gone up since then. And any of those people who did go on the back of that, remember, it was only an opinion, have made money. Good on you. Well done. I'm very, very happy for you. The other thing to look at is Bitcoin. If you remember, Bitcoin floated all the way back down to about $32,000 a level, $32,000 a coin, around about 3 weeks ago, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And I did say to you, at anywhere the 32, 35 level, it's probably a good time to get in. Look at it now. It's $48,000 a coin. In my opinion, it's going to go up back to test those highs of $67,000, $68,000 a coin. Bitcoin is probably looking at, in my opinion, as a great investment going forward. Why is that? Well, let's look at the market overall. Generally speaking, I'm of the opinion that markets are going to go down. All the factors are built in for the markets to go down. However, the markets are hanging steady as where they are. They've taken in consideration high interest rates. They've taken into consideration the Russian-Ukraine war. They've taken into consideration even the pandemic with expanding numbers. They've taken into consideration the fact that there's a supply chain issue, and yet the markets are still moving higher. To me, something doesn't smell right. However, as someone that looks at markets and trying to be objective as possible, there's a lot of money out there, and a lot of people and a lot of banks want to get involved in the stock market. I do believe overall the markets are going down. I do call the Nasdaq at 7,000 by the end of the year. Call me extreme. That's my middle name, Mayor Extreme Valensky. Yes, and I do believe that all markets will go up and bonds are going to go through the roof. At the moment, the 10-year Treasury, going on to some other assets, the 10-year Treasury reached a 3-year high at 2.49% yield. That is massive. That's really, really high. It come off slightly, 2.46, but I think the 10-year yield is going to go to around about the 3.5%. Remember, as I said on Sunday, Bank of America, Citibank, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan are all calling the FOMC for 0.50 basis points increase on interest rates at every meeting. So you could end up with 3.5% by the end of the year. Personally, I think you're going to be talking about 4.5% to 5% by the end of the year. What else have you got? A lockdown in Shanghai, COVID-19, or Corona, as whatever you want to call it, is just spreading there, and therefore Shanghai has done a lockdown that's going to further aggravate supply chains. As a result of the Shanghai lockdown, oil fell 6%. Why? Because if Shanghai is closed down and China's closing down, there could be a lower demand on oil. So oil fell 6%. Good for the motorists, good for inflation. But overall, if you want my honest bottom line opinion, I think we're talking about inflation by the end of the year of about 15% in the Western developed economies, and interest rates at 5% minimum. Excuse me. That's my humble opinion of where we're going to be going at. So what I'd like to summarize is that be careful. Markets are steady, but I do strongly believe that we're in a downtrend and they're going to be hammered. So that's my opinion. If you want to contact me on LinkedIn, on WhatsApp. You can contact me on Instagram under Driving Markets. You can YouTube, join, subscribe, like, spread it around. Let's get this channel moving globally. All right, let's get the subscriptions up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get it out there. Mayor Walensky with Driving Markets, Tesla, Bitcoin. Keep an eye on them. Have a good day.